Hey guys, welcome back to Coffee Guy 95. Weaver here, of course. We're going to do another NFL mock draft. We got the NFL mock draft or the NFL draft right around the corner. If I sound a little weird today, it's I just moved into my new place and everything's a little echoey because I don't have everything set up yet. But we want to get this video out and get her started. So we'll go ahead and move on over to this screen and I guess start now in our
Yeah.
draft.
Yeah.
All right, on the clock. What do you want to do?
Panthers number one overall pick, man. I'm just going Bryce Young. All right, he's just the easy pick. I
Yeah.
think that's the direction they need to go.
All right. And then for me, since I'm picking behind, right behind there, there's a lot of rumbling about Will Levis and Anthony Richardson. C.J. Stroud, you gotta pick him. He's just the most accurate, and he showed his athleticism against Georgia. So it's got to be C.J. Stroud for if I'm drafting.
And I think, I agree with that pick. I think C.J. Stroud's the better quarterback, but the Carolina Panthers, I'm gonna be honest, they don't really know how to pick the greatest players.
Yeah.
They've proven that their draft knowledge and everything has not been on point, especially the past few years. So
Yeah,
I
and their owner is so involved in their team that sometimes he makes some really bad choices.
right,
So,
all right,
with the
Cardinals.
Cardinals, who you taking?
Oh man, I'm JJ Watt retired. Man, I want to say they're just going to reach and kind of try to go maybe Will Anderson.
I don't really
Um,
think that's a reach. Possibly the best player in the draft.
but for that draft position, they could trade down.
Yeah,
Um, and they have a lot of holes they need to fix. So I feel like them trading down to get more picks, I feel like that'd be the smarter decision. But if you put a gun to my head, hey, the Cardinals have to pick at number three. I think they go Will Anderson.
yeah, and I agree with that. Okay, so when we get here to the Colts, they need a QB, but I think it's gonna come down to Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. And I don't know if this is a popular opinion or not. Will Levis is not. Yeah, he's extremely talented. He's really smart, but he's also old. He's like 25, I think. And with his upside and everything, and what's happened with Josh Allen, I think they're going to go with Anthony Richardson. Take that youth, take that like insanely high upside. So
Yeah,
that would be my pick is Anthony Richardson to the Colts.
I can see that. I can see AR-15 going to the Colts because they just want somebody who's toolsy. I think they're tired. They know what they did wrong with unmobile quarterbacks. I mean, Carson was not immobile, but he wasn't the greatest mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
And then a damn stone back there. Um,
Well, and
so
when he was healthy, Andrew Luck was actually a lot more mobile than people think.
yeah,
The dude could
yeah.
move.
He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't no Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick or
No.
nobody, but he can move around a little bit in the pocket and yeah, escape a little bit of pressure. But I think AR-15. I really do think that's the decision that they would need to make
Okay,
if they're.
so for your pick, you're picking for my team, the Seahawks, and I think I know who you're going to pick, and
Hmm,
I'll explain why. I'll explain my. Yeah, I'll say something after you're done there.
I want to say the Seahawks will take Christian Gonzalez from Oregon. Um,
So you're going to
no,
have a corner.
what's that?
You're going to take a corner, Christian Gonzalez.
Yes, I'm going to take a corner. I'm going to take Christian Gonzalez because I
Surprise.
think all the drama and everything that the person you think
Oh, I 100% thought you were taking Jalen Carter. I was
yeah,
like, Jalen Carter.
that's what I was thinking. I think with all the drama and everything that's been shrouding Jalen Carter over the past couple of weeks, I think he slides a lot. I think he possibly goes late first round, if not into the second.
Yeah, and so I was gonna say, because of his character that showed up in that, the whole police incident, and then that's bad enough. But then to
Mhm.
show up insanely out of shape and have just terrible position like drills,
Yeah.
that I can't see the Seahawks wanting him in their locker room. Now
No.
he's insanely talented, but I could see it potentially turning into an incredible draft bust.
Mhm. And I don't think he's either going to turn into a early round pick that's going to bust, or he's going to slide down boards and become one of the greatest defensive linemen of
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah.
It, it
Now I'm looking here at the Lions, and they just traded their cornerback. Oh, I'm blank on his name. Came out of Ohio State a few years ago. They just traded him, and I think they traded him to the Falcons, didn't they?
yep. Jeff Okuda for a fifth
Jeff,
round pick. The
yep,
number
Jeff
3
Okuda.
overall pick
No,
in the 20 draft, by the way, for a round pick this year.
they traded who?
Jeff Okuda, who is a third overall pick in
Yeah.
20 for a fifth round pick this year. Talk
Okay.
about
I thought
loss
that
on.
was a crazy reach. Like, that was a crazy. I remember watching that draft thinking, "What a reach! Like that is what a bad pick." Like honestly, but that's opened up a need, and I think Devin Witherspoon is. It's with him and Christian Gonzalez. It's 1A, 1B, and Devin Witherspoon is a smaller cornerback, but he plays fast, and I think honestly he plays bigger than what he is. I think he's like 5'10", but
Mhm.
he tackles. He is a ball hawk. Like he's a great cover corner. I think Devin Witherspoon is going to be the pick for the Lions because they need to have somebody on the outside that can cover, especially if
Yep.
you're playing against Justin Jefferson twice a year.
All right.
Yeah,
uh, so for the Falcons, or no, the Raiders are next,
yep.
right?
You
Is it
got the Raiders.
the Raiders? Oh man. I mean, I'm looking.
Does Will
I haven't
Levis
pulled up.
stop here? Like, is this where Will Levis goes?
I think they stick with Jared Goff. They have no reason not to stick with Jared Goff.
Well, Jared Goff
Um,
is. You mean at the Lions? I'm talking about the Raiders.
oh my gosh, I'm the Raiders, man. Will Levis probably does go here. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, their quarterback situation is non-existent. Like they don't have a quarterback.
Is it
So,
Jarrett Stidham there? Is it Jarrett Stidham, the Auburn great?
oh man, yeah, rough. An
Yeah,
NFL room with Jarrett Stidham as a starter. Like, don't get me wrong, probably a great dude. Like, and better at football than I will ever be. But
yeah,
dude, you cannot be an NFL franchise with Jarrett Stidham as your starting quarterback.
yeah.
I'm
No.
sorry.
Now here at the Falcons pick, the Falcons. It says their top need is a quarterback. The problem is the top four quarterbacks are already gone,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not going to reach down the board to. Let's see, what's the next top rank? Probably like Hendon Hooker. Oh, Tanner McKee. I think Hendon Hooker's better personally, but I'm not a crazy NFL analyst or anything, so I can't really predict anything like that. But I do think that this is where Tyree Wilson goes. They can
Okay.
always use help on that defensive line, and
Yeah.
Tyree Wilson is as good and as talented as they come. He's possibly one of the highest upsides of any defensive lineman in this class. Crazy talented.
And the Falcons, the way that they have been spending money this offseason on defense, oh my gosh, they are stocking up to try
Oh
to stop.
yeah. Okay, so here's the Bears. Now they traded down to here. I think I have the idea, the person that I think they should pick, but let's hear what you have to say.
I'm thinking Peter Skoronsky from Northwestern.
Exactly. You read my
The
mind.
offensive tackle, man. You got to protect Justin Fields. You gotta make sure that he has time to look and see his wide receivers before he has to take off and run.
Yeah.
And That's just how it is. I mean, you got to make sure that the dude has time to throw.
Yeah. Now, here at the Eagles spot, in a previous draft, I caught some flack for this. I had them picking Christian Gonzalez here at 10 because at that time it wasn't confirmed whether Darius Slay was coming back. But now Darius Slay is back, and the Eagles are known for drafting defensive linemen. What do you think about a team up of Jalen Carter with his old buddy, previous Georgia teammate, Jordan, the big
Jordan
Jordan,
Davis. Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis? What do you think about a team up of that?
I think it'd be pretty good, man. I think Jalen Carter. I still think he probably slides a little bit farther, but I can see it. I mean, I can see a world where he goes number 10 overall. Or yeah,
And maybe having a guy that's known him for a few years, like Jordan Davis, can kind of keep him on the straight and narrow. You know,
yeah. Well, Cardinals, man. If
Titans.
we're Cardinals, who did I have them taking in their? Wait, no, I'm sorry. It's not the
You're on the
Cardinals. The Titans
Titans. You're good, dude.
had this pick. Thought it
Who?
was the Cardinals.
The Cardinals pick. You had them taking Will Anderson.
Yeah, but didn't they trade for this pick?
Mm, this is the recent draft order, as far as I know. So I don't think so.
I guess I'm tripping then.
Who?
The Titans, they need a lot.
Don't let it fool you when it says they need a wide receiver and offensive line. Like that's not accurate.
They need a lot. They need a lot more. I mean, if we're going by based on their needs, Paris Johnson from Ohio State, I think that would be a good fit for them, offensive tackle.
Yeah.
He's solid addition to that offensive line to still block in front of Derrick Henry, and then give, I guess, Ryan Tannehill. I don't know if he's still going to be their quarterback next year, but I mean, we'll see.
He's on contract, and they gave him a big one. They gave him a
Yeah.
big contract.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Texans, second pick. They already have Bryce Young. Well, let's give him somebody to throw to. I think now I have not been a big fan of this guy because I think he's only a slot receiver, but he's got great production and he's really technically good, but I just don't think he has the upside that all Ohio State fans think he has. That said, Jackson Smith and Jigba is probably that has the highest floor of any receiver in this draft. So JSN to the Texans.
I can see it. I can see it. All right, going on to the Jets.
Yeah. Who are you giving the I can't even say it. Zach. Who are you giving to Zach?
The quarterbackless Jets. The problem with this draft, okay, the problem with this draft is there's 4 top tier quarterbacks, and there's so many teams that need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, so many teams this year need a quarterback, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That I can honestly name you fewer teams that have a quarterback situation that's good than I can name that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But with that being said, with all 4 quarterbacks taken off the board, I think the Jets go Broderick Jones from Georgia.
Yep.
Broderick,
Good
offensive tackle.
Yeah, they do need to shore up that offensive tackle spot.
Yeah. I mean, offensive linemen are a huge get in the first round always. And if you're going to give Zach Wilson any sort of a chance, you got to shore up that line.
Well, we know his friend's mom gave him a chance.
Yes, his friend's mom did give him a chance.
Sorry, I cannot pass it up.
I saw.
Okay.
That's all right.
On to the Patriots. They're not going to take a quarterback at this spot. They're not. They never take quarterback first round.
You don't think they're going to stick with Mac, the Mac attack?
I think Mac has another year. I think he's shown flashes that he can be a good quarterback. I just think that, and what do I know? But it's time for that coaching staff to adapt a bit to the new NFL game. I just think it is. They played behind. They were so secure with Tom Brady for so long, but now they have to
Yep.
change it up. I think for me to give them, they need tackle. Let's see what's available in the tackle spot. And it may be a bit of a reach, but I think Anton Harrison is one of the best pass protecting offensive linemen. And I know I'm an Oklahoma fan. I'm a little biased maybe, but to the best of my knowledge, I think he gave up either one sack or no sacks this past year, and Oklahoma was bad this past year. So for him to be the bright spot on that offensive line, give Max somebody that he can rely on.
Okay, but let's be honest here. What defense has really played in the Big 12?
I mean, there was some okay defenses. Oh, defense has improved a little bit in the Big 12, believe it or not. Not SEC level. They did not play anybody like Georgia or Alabama, or Tennessee. But not that Tennessee's defense was anything to write home about. But all right, so Green Bay, is Jordan Love the guy?
Well, as of right now, isn't A-Rod still there? They don't know if he's going to go to the Jets or not.
I mean, it's kind of a foregone conclusion. Like, he's going to the Jets.
It is.
Like, I mean, Adam Schefter even said, like, they asked him, like, where do you see Aaron Rodgers playing day one next season? And he said Jets. No hesitation.
Yeah. Well, if we're going Green Bay, man, I say Quentin Johnston. Give Jordan Love somebody to throw to.
Yeah, 100%. Christian Watkins cannot be the only weapon on that team. Don't start with me on Randall Cobb. The dude came off the ark with Noah. He is that old.
This man had his own speed dial. He's that old.
Yeah, like 100%. He had a rotary phone, Okay. Now, the Commanders, Washington football team / Redskins.
They're drafting an owner, is what they're drafting.
They're drafting an owner. I have no clue what these guys are going to do day one. There's no quarterback that they would take, I would think. But never underestimate the power of a dumb front office. Maybe the safe pick is offensive line. Not cornerback. I don't want to see cornerback. Let's see interior offensive line. And I've still got. Okay, there we go.
I see my guy that I would take for him.
Yeah, and I think I agree with you. O'Cyrus Torrence.
I was actually going Schmitz from Minnesota, the center.
Oh, I like that. That's a great. Now, center is not a very highly drafted position, but Jonathan Michael Schmitz, if I remember right, the dude's played almost every position on the offensive line, maybe with the exception of left tackle. I think he's played both guard spots and maybe right tackle.
Yep, he has the versatility that you would need. Plus, he knows the ins and outs of all the positions on the line. He would be a great captain and centerpiece around that offensive line for Washington.
Yeah, especially with there not being a quarterback really worth taking. No offense to any of the quarterbacks still on the board who might randomly come across this video. No offense. I cannot see this being the spot that you're taking. I do have a kind of a favorite pick for the Seahawks in the second or third round, and just spoiler alert, I would not hate having Hendon Hooker in Seattle. I
But
would not hate it.
getting rid of Geno.
No, no, Geno's a starter, but have him back him up because I don't trust Drew Lock, and I
Okay,
think Hendon Hooker is a better backup than Drew Lock. That's
that's
just
fair.
my opinion. Now on to the Steelers. What are you doing here?
Oh man, the Steelers. They they need a little bit of everything too. I think they believe they have their answer at quarterback with Kenny Pickett. George Pickens
What
on
about
the
Mitchell Trubisky?
is it Trubisky again? Oh god.
I don't think it is, but that's a joke. They traded so much to get Trubisky from the
I,
Bears.
I think the Steelers go offensive line
What do
as
you
well. I know my
tackle
pick
or interior?
uh Darnell Wright from Tennessee, so he is playing at the tackle position.
Yep.
So I
Yeah.
mean, I know my picks haven't been sexy, but I feel like they best fit what these teams need so far, man. Like,
Yeah, no, and I agree with that.
get somebody to protect Kenny Pickett back there. Give him a little bit of time to get the ball to George Pickens and let him do work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Um, Now on to the Lions. They traded TJ Hawkinson, didn't they? Remind me who they traded TJ Hawkinson to.
The Vikings.
The Vikings, that's right. Okay. Now, I know tight end people like, hey, why do you draft tight end so high? Here's the thing. And here's where I'm having an issue. Dalton Kincaid is insanely talented, but, and this might be a bit of a reach, Darnell Washington is the most freak tight end I've ever seen, and that includes Kyle Pitts. The
Oh man,
dude is a freak of nature. The dude should be playing offensive tackle, but he's playing tight end.
that is a reach right there, brother. I will tell you that. But I don't disagree with you.
Like, I know it's crazy. You should not draft him that high. Like, it's a
Right.
reach, but Darnell Washington, I think, has the highest upside of any tight end in this class. And that's saying something when you have Dalton Kincaid and
Yep.
who's that other dude out of, is it Missouri? It's not Missouri. What is it? Notre Dame. Notre Dame. How do I get that?
Myers. Yeah,
Michael
Michael Myers.
Meyer. Yeah. But yeah, I know it's a reach, but that Darnell Washington is a freak tight end.
Yeah, and to pair them, that Lions team is honestly they're they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good this year.
Yeah,
Dan
I
Campbell
think
boys
they
into
could
shape.
win that AFC, or they could win that NFC North
They
very
could.
easily. Very easily. Okay, Buccaneers. Are they riding with Baker? Is Baker their guy?
Shouldn't be.
Oh,
Shouldn't
don't do
be.
that. You'll hurt my heart.
Yeah,
I love my guy Baker.
man. I think given the chance, I think Baker can do all right if you build the team around. But you got to be very specific in what he needs.
Absolutely.
And one person that I think could very much complement Baker is Bijan Robinson.
Ooh.
Um, I think putting Bijan back there as a pass catching back, somebody who can take it on the outside, somebody who can just run it right up your ass. Pardon my language. Um, but I mean, Bijan, he's a good football player, man, and I think he's versatile enough to help Baker Mayfield look a lot better.
Yeah, and like, as much as I hate Texas, horns down all day, every day. Bijan Robinson is one of my favorite players in college football.
Oh yeah, oh
Whenever
yeah,
he was not whenever he was not destroying the Sooners, I loved watching him.
yeah. He's good,
So,
man. So
um,
good.
on to my Seahawks, and this one is, man, They need pass rush. They need pass rush. And I know the offensive line is listed at guard and center. They did a little bit of work in free agency. They got a couple of guys, and I know they got that guy from the big uh, defensive tackle from Denver. They signed him, but Kalijah Cansey, freak athlete. He provides good interior pass rush, so that would be my pick for the Seahawks.
Okay.
So maybe my picks are the ones that aren't the sexy ones. With after I'm picking defensive line and offensive line. Yeah, no, there's some really good defensive line in this class. So
Yeah. D line
now,
is very in this class. Both lines are pretty solid in this class, I would
yeah,
say.
they're pretty good.
So yeah, the Chargers up next, huh?
Yeah, what do you think? Where are you going with this?
I'm trying to think what the Chargers really need because they have Eckler. Which did Eckler want to trade? Is that what? Did I hear that right?
Mm,
I think he did.
he may have asked for one. I don't think they've traded him yet. They have a guy behind him that did pretty good. Um, Justin, it's Justin something. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I know as far as wide receiver goes, they still got Keenan Allen. They still got Josh Palmer. They still got there's one more guy in there too.
Michael or
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams. The
Mike
dude's
Williams.
a monster. He is a monster.
So they don't really need much on the offensive end, in my opinion. They could probably short their offensive line a little bit, but I'm saying, and this would hurt me, all right, because this is the guy that I wanted for my Jags, but Isaiah Foskey from Notre Dame, defensive line.
Is he defensive? No, he's. I feel like somebody's knocking not on my door, but on my. Hmm.
Where?
There he
There
is.
you
Isaiah
go.
Foskey. He's edge. I thought he was in interior for some reason.
I did too. Anyway, I'm still fine with the pick.
Yeah.
Still fine with
All right. So on to the Ravens. Now here's the thing. OBJ signing back there. I know people say it doesn't mean anything.
doesn't.
It doesn't.
No.
But is there a world where OBJ signs with a team where Lamar is not, where he doesn't have a solid QB?
Come on, OBJ?
Yeah. Is there a
Yeah.
world where he signed with the team without having a solid QB? He's in like towards the end of his career.
Yeah, he signed with the Rams.
Yeah, and they won.
They didn't have a QB.
They won a Super Bowl with him. Remember?
Yeah.
So, but
Fair.
Matthew Stafford is actually a pretty good QB. But do they sign with the Ravens and Lamar doesn't come back?
Yes. I don't think Lamar wants to be there. I think Lamar wants out.
I still think it's too early for a QB right here. I really do. So because of that, let's go Lucas Van Ness. Give him an edge player that he's really good. He's really good. Let's go ahead and move it along. Vikings. Who you got?
Zay Flowers from Boston College, wide receiver.
That guy is good.
Yeah, he's very, very good. You put him with Justin Jefferson.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's going to be a good wide receiver core right there.
Oh yeah, 100%. Now I've got to pick for your Jags. Ooh, this could be fun.
Oh, what are you going to?
No, we're not going to go too crazy on this one. Here's the deal. I think it has to be offensive line. Give Trevor Lawrence somebody, and I think it has to be interior. Here's where I'm.
This is going to be the first one we disagree on.
You don't think O'Cyrus Torrence?
I don't think offensive line. I think we go Nolan Smith from Georgia. You know we love our Georgia boys on the Jags. Between Tyson Campbell, and we just drafted another one last year. Anyway, but I think we go Nolan Smith edge, but that's just
There, I did it. I locked it in. It's Osiris Torrance. Okay, so Giants, who you got?
Giants. I got him going Joey Porter, cornerback.
I don't hate it. Do not hate it in the slightest. Now the Cowboys. Now here's where I saw. Bijan Robinson going. Keep that guy in the state of Texas. Zeke is gone. It's going to be a little bit till Pollard's back. Give him a running back. But with him gone, I think it's too early for running back just yet. I was going to say Nolan Smith, but they already. Oh, I don't know about that one. I do not know about that one. Maybe Brian Brzee. I'm doing Brian Brzee. That's an interior guy was really, really good until he had some things going on off the field. Not his fault. Yeah, it's just a rough situation. But anyways, Buffalo Bills. Who are they taking? I can tell you who I think they should take.
This is where I had Osiris Torrance going, but I think that if Osiris Torrance is off the board, I think the Bills go Anton Harrison, Oklahoma boy.
He's gone too. Patriots.
Oh shoot, my bad. What you think about Brian Branch then?
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking. Jordan Poyer's back, but he's pretty old. So
yeah, I think Brian Branch could help.
The Bengals, and this could be controversial. Do they pass on Dalton Kincaid and get and fix up somebody for their defense? Their defense wasn't that bad. I think give Joey Burrow someone else to throw the ball to, and Dalton Kincaid.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. That's my thought. Give Joe Burrow somebody to throw to.
Joey B.
Bayou Burrow. Yep. Okay. Now Saints. What are you thinking here?
I like BJ Ojulari here.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, it's tough, man. It's tough. But they also need the Saints need a lot too.
Yeah, they do. I don't love their quarterback situation either.
Oh. And if they're gonna reach, man, they could go Hendon Hooker.
That's a big reach, dude.
That is,
if you
tough, man. It's tough to point these out.
I get it. Like I know. Honestly, I don't know who I would pick for him. I really don't.
Let's go Steve Avila from TCU, the center.
Yep. All right. Now,
I mean, that just pains me to say, but I just think that's probably the best that they can do right now.
Yeah. Now, here's the Eagles, and it's listing wide receiver as their top need. I don't see it. They got Devontae Smith and AJ there, and those guys are ridiculous. So I don't think that's the pick. See what's okay, this one may be an unpopular pick, but this guy slid far enough. I think they got to take Nolan Smith.
Well, he wouldn't have slid this far had it not been for you.
I know. I messed up your preparation.
It's all right, man. It's all good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Chiefs. Where are we taking this? Where are we ending this?
And I can't believe that this guy fell this far, but Myles Murphy needs to go in the first round.
Yeah, I agree. Well, but I mean, for your money there, Deonte Banks falling that far makes no sense to me either. Um, let's see. Stay in your seat, grading your draft. I've never drafted on PFF, so
I either I didn't know they would grade it for us.
yeah, I don't know. Our draft may be an absolute F, but let's
And
find out.
that's okay. That's why we don't get paid the big bucks to do this. We're just making YouTube videos to talk about it.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure we did any worse than Mel Kiper has. So
Pe- People like Mel Kiper get paid to do this, and we're just as good. All right.
at the end of the day, I feel like no matter what any NFL insider says they know, they're really just guessing.
Yeah, they're just guessing, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if this thing is ever going to give us a grade. It's taken its sweet time. Um, hmm. So, who was your favorite pick in that draft? Who was your number? Who did you feel like fit
Mm.
the team the best?
I mean, oh gosh. Personally, man, it was Christian Gonzalez to the Seahawks, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't. He's a big guy, and Pete Carroll loves his big cornerbacks,
Exactly.
like Richard Sherman, 6'3".
Mhm. Huge.
Yeah, like absolutely. No,
And this,
I did not. That was a surprise pick for me, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, oh my goodness, like that really makes sense.
I mean, he's 6'2", 201, and
Yeah.
he played Oregon, so you know he's fast. All right, you know he's. I don't know what his 40 time was, but the dude, if he's playing at Oregon, he can move.
Oh yeah, like he wasn't the top cornerback in the classes on speed, but he's no slouch. I want to say he's upper 4.3s, maybe 4.4 flat.
And that's perfectly fine when you're 6'2", two oh
Yeah.
one playing corner. Like
Richard
I
Sherman was not the fastest guy either, but
no, but
he was just locked down.
yeah, he was one of the best cornerbacks of our generation.
Yeah.
And I think
Well,
the more I think about it, the more Christian Gonzalez makes sense.
yeah. Well, throw him on the field with Tariq Woolen, who is 6'5" and runs
Mhm.
4.43 something. Oh, that's insane.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, hey man, I don't know why this thing's taking so long. Maybe we'll add a comment saying how our draft graded, but I think we'll end it here, and we'll come back at you with maybe a reaction to the draft down the road.
Heck yeah, man. I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me, and hope y'all liked the video. And we'll see y'all next time.
All righty. Later, y'all.